Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. I'm Cody Proctor. All right, it's Friday night, and that means the weekend's finally here. But how about that forecast with meteorologist Michelle Boss tonight? Michelle, overall, it's looking like it's going to be setting up to be a good weekend. But what's this about a chance of showers that you want to tell us about?
Yeah, I wish I could just say 0% chance of thunderstorms, but of course can't do that. However, the chance is pretty small, and it's mainly for tonight and tomorrow afternoon. So right now all is quiet. Temperatures are generally in the 70s and 80s across eastern Washington, but a little bit cooler weather out there in North Idaho. Sandpoint checking in at 63, about 10 degrees warmer in Spokane, 74, and still a few spots in the 80s. Grand Coulee, 80 degrees, out in the Tri-Cities, 85 degrees, and it's still 86 in Lewiston. Satellite and radar showing mostly clear skies in the Spokane Coeur d'Alene area, watching a little bit of thunderstorm activity right into western Okanogan County, right in the North Cascades there, and a few showers across southern or central Cascades. Drifting eastward, could see a little bit of that activity overnight and early tomorrow morning, but otherwise should be pretty quiet. Partly cloudy skies for tonight and tomorrow. Slight chance of thunderstorms again tomorrow afternoon. Highs in the 90s tomorrow, and then mostly sunny, 90 on Sunday.
Michelle, thanks so much. Let's go now to Night Beat for a quick look at the day's top stories. Fire crews in Stehekin battling the elements tonight. Every day, the flames of the Pioneer Fire creep closer to homes and businesses on the north shore of Lake Chelan. The fires burned nearly 37,000 acres and is only 13% contained. However, this week, some people staying in town despite go now evacuation orders.
In Washington, though, people have the right to stay and protect their property.
We can be in the boat within 10 seconds and out of here. Next to God, my family, my friends, there's nothing more than that I love more than this community.
So far, no one has been hurt and no buildings have burned. The Department of Natural Resources says it's extremely dangerous to defy level 3 evacuation orders. Well, we are nearly a week away from the 1-year anniversary of the destructive Gray and Oregon Road fires. Now, several Spokane organizations continue to step up to help impacted families recover. Now, you may remember on August 18th of last year, the Gray fire broke out near Medical Lake, while the Oregon Road fire sparked near Elk. Both fires burned more than 20,000 acres, destroyed nearly 400 homes, and killed 2 people. Now, the Spokane Region Long-Term Recovery Group, along with other community organizations, are set to launch a rebuilding campaign where they'll work to build housing for the families who lost everything. To learn more about the organization and their work, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. And Spokane police still searching tonight for a suspected drive-by shooter. 3 separate scenes across the city are connected to that search. This all began yesterday on Monroe in North Spokane with a man shot at a gas station. The shooter left the scene in a car. Police blocked off an area of Freya and 15th Street a short time later, confirming it was connected to that shooting. That night, Spokane police believe the suspect was at a home near North Washington Street. SWAT responded to make an arrest, but after several hours of a long standoff, they did not locate the suspect. That was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website, KREM.com. More charges in the case of a man accused of kidnapping his daughter and taking her to Mexico. But this time, the charges are against Aaron Ong's own father. This is a case that we have been following since June. KREM 2's Shannon Mounty was in the federal courtroom where James Ong appeared for the first time.
An indictment shows a federal grand jury found enough probable cause to charge James Ong for helping his son Aaron kidnap his 2-year-old daughter. But today's hearing ended abruptly, with the defense tasked with doing some investigating of its own. Inside Spokane's federal courthouse, James Ong of Moscow said he understood the charges against him: conspiracy and aiding and abetting international parental kidnapping. The last time James was in court, he was on the other side in the public gallery, waving to his son, Aaron. Now he's been accused of helping Aaron kidnap his 2-year-old daughter. An August 7th indictment shows James Ong is accused of exchanging coded and encrypted messages with Aaron while he had his daughter in Mexico. In court, prosecutor Rebecca Perez summarized some of those messages. FBI tracking family. So far, got nothing. National news. Don't get nervous. Use a disguise. Perez called it a coordinated, well-planned conspiracy to kidnap the girl, orchestrated by James and others. She said in mid-May, before Aaron took his daughter as part of a court-ordered parenting plan, James's Cadillac was placed into storage in North Idaho, and burner phones were purchased. Court records show Aaron was suspected of driving his dad's Cadillac across the Mexican border, his daughter with him. Perez says the FBI was able to track the license plate and phones, with one crossing the border and one used by someone in Moscow. Friday's hearing was continued until next week after the government and Ong's defense attorney couldn't verify his financial situation or who owns the company he works for. Judge James Gakey said he needs to know if Ong has the financial means to flee if released. The indictment also lists 2 defendants with James Ong. Those are redacted, but we do know his son Aaron is a co-defendant in the case, so it does appear at least one other person will be charged. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Shannon, thank you so much. In other news tonight, 3 people died in a plane crash in Montana after they took off from Pullman yesterday. According to the Lewis and Clark County Sheriff's Office in Montana, the plane crashed near Augusta, about 55 miles west of Great Falls. FlightAware shows the Cessna 182 took off from the Pullman-Moscow Regional Airport yesterday morning. It was last contacted near Missoula just before noon. Deputies say 2 people riding horses spotted smoke from the crash and called 911. The NTSB and FAA are investigating. Cell phone video captured an airliner's final moments, spinning out of control, dropping thousands of feet in a matter of seconds, falling out of the sky over a residential neighborhood outside Sao Paulo, Brazil. The airline company says there were 61 passengers and crew on Flight 2283. There were no survivors. Questions now being raised about the tragic incident.
And you can see the airplane spiraling. That looks to me like a flat spin. What caused the speed to get so low to where the airplane would stall? That remains to be seen.
The crash sent dark smoke billowing into the air as a fire raged in the wreckage. There was an active warning for severe icing in the area where the accident happened. There's no clear cause of that crash at this hour. Now, a post-tropical cyclone Debbie continues to dump rain and wreak havoc as it heads up the East Coast. In the Northeast, Debbie rained on New York's metro area. It could cause flooding in the Adirondacks into New England, with tornado watches in effect for parts of New York and New Jersey. Parts of the Carolinas sustained heavy flooding from Debbie, and there was no easy way to cross some streets in Alexandria, Virginia, where floodwaters pooled in low-lying areas. Locals are keeping an eye on the levels.
We have the floodgates up, and I've just been watching this because I'm only parked up the road a little ways.
At first you don't think of it that much of a threat, but it takes away not just industry, but all the natural wildlife and all, depending on all these patterns.
Airline travelers leaving the D.C. area were warned to expect delays, especially as the day wore on. Since last Friday, FlightAware recorded more than 9,100 cancellations and more than 62,000 delays. Well, the t-shirt design for the 2024 Boulevard Race has been revealed. The 4-mile run raises money for the Community Cancer Fund, an area nonprofit providing support to cancer patients and their families. This morning, the Up with KREM crew sat down with the race director and t-shirt designer live on the show, and they talked about some of the new features in this year's race.
Obviously, we have the iconic new bridge because we have a new course this year. The Gateway Bridge is on there. And then a lot of just Northwest features, Spokane features throughout. But the color was one that was really cool. John was like, hey, we really need to embody like what is the feeling of the race and the liveliness of it.
Now, along with the new shirt, the race bibs also got an upgrade, something the race director says embodies the reason for the run, raising funds for cancer patients.
And this year's design is one of our racers said, hey, we're all doing this for the cause of raising dollars to support local cancer patients. And so if we could write in the name of the person that we're running for, that would be especially meaningful. And so when we designed them this year, we wanted to make sure that you could Sharpie in the name of that loved one.
Now, there is still time to sign up for the race. Just head to boulevardrace.com. The race is Sunday, September 22nd, so mark your calendars. People of all ages are invited to walk or run the 4-mile race. All the funds go towards the Community Cancer Fund. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time.